Hi everyone, it's Miss Craven. I'm your library media specialist, and tonight I am here with my daughter Rory.
Hi.
We're in our little Christmas jammies for the season, and tonight we're going to read Little Red Gliding Hood. The story is written by Tara Lazar, and the pictures are by Troy Cummings. I think you're going to really enjoy this book as much as we do. While you're listening, pay attention and see if there are any fairy tale characters that you recognize, and if they're the same from the fairy tale you know them from, or if they're different. It was winter, and the river winding through the enchanted forest was frozen solid. A girl raced down to the river's edge and laced up her skates. Then she swizzled and twizzled across the ice. She did fancy figure eights, lovely loops, and willowy waltz jumps. Her spins were superb. They called her Little Red Gliding Hood. Little Red skates were worn in and worn out, no longer snow white and a little too tight. She frowned at the creases and crumples. Soon she wouldn't be able to use them to skate to Grandma's. She went there every Sunday. No more visits with Grandma. Little Red couldn't imagine. She swizzled down the river and saw a flurry of friends gathering beneath a banner. A pairs skating competition. The prize, brand new skates. Oh, slippery slush, I've got to win. But Little Red needed a skating partner. The dish danced with the spoon, and Hansel spun Gretel like sugar. Little Red had no one. She asked each of her friends. Little Boy Blue just shivered and quivered. Too cold. The 7 dwarfs were more interested in passing a puck around. Old MacDonald slipped and fell. Ee-I-ee-I, ouch! Little Red shook her head. None of these partners would do. Maybe Grandma could help find a partner. Little Red whisked off to Grandma's cottage, skating swiftly to avoid the big bad wolf. Over the river and through the woods to Grandma's house I go. Little Red arrived safely. Oh, slippery slush, she said to Grandma, slumping into a chair. I can't find a partner for the skating competition. How about the gingerbread man? He's very sweet, said Grandma. But he's much too fast. I can't catch him, said Little Red. I bet Baby Bear would be just right for you, said Grandma. But Goldilocks thought so first. I know who, said Grandma. The 3 little pigs just moved into the brick house next door. You should ask one of them. So Little Red skated to the pig's door. Little pigs, let me in. Someone tapped Little Red on the shoulder. Excuse me, said the big bad wolf. I think that's my line. Uh-oh. Eek! The wolf! Little Red sprinted away. Her worn-in, worn-out laces began to unravel. Hey, glide back here, yelled the wolf, giving chase. He swizzled and twizzled across the ice. Little Red pushed on faster, but her boots were lopsided and loose. Stop, yelled the wolf. He steered clear of fallen branches with fancy footwork and sly spins in pursuit of Little Red. Uh-oh, Little Red's skate flew off. Oh, slippery slush! The wolf jumped in front of Little Red and caught her. Little Red shivered with fear. Oh, you're wonderful. The wolf gently put Little Red down. What? You're a super skater, but I was trying to warn you, your laces are untied. Oh, Little Red couldn't believe it. This was the big bad wolf? Happens to me all the time, said the wolf. My skates are older than Rip Van Winkle. Little Red stared at his worn-in, worn-out pair, and then she had a grand idea. Do you think you know what her idea might be? No guesses? Do you have a guess, boys and girls? Let's see if you're right. The day of the competition, Little Red arrived early. She laced up her worn-in, worn-out skates, hugged Grandma, and stepped onto the ice. Trumpets blared with a fanfare announcing the official warm-up, but as the competitors swirled and twirled, a dark figure came zooming toward them. A boy cried, "Wolf!" Do you see all the different characters we have up there? Let's see how many you can name. The wolf frightened little Miss Muffet away. She bumped into little Jack Horner into the corner. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, and Jack and Jill came tumbling after. What a mess! Skaters skidded and spilled all over. The old woman who lived in a shoe had so many children on the ice, she didn't know what to do. Little Red got mixed up in the mayhem. "Help!" she cried. The big bad wolf raced over. He lifted Little Red high. "Put Little Red down now," the woodcutter warned, grabbing his axe. "Oh, Slippery Slush," said Little Red. "He's my partner." The crowd was stunned. It got so quiet you could hear the ice freeze. All the king's horses and all the king's men put the competition together again. Music swelled and the pairs took to the ice. They wore flowing costumes and danced on ice like the prince and Cinderella at the ball. In fact, the royal couple were in the competition. The tortoise and the hare made a splendid pair. Jack Sprat and his wife did too. Then Little Red Gliding Hood and the big bad wolf swizzled and twizzled across the ice. They did fancy figure eights, lovely loops, and willowy waltz jumps. Their spins were superb. No one could believe the big bad wolf was actually good. "That's a performance I'll remember happily ever after," cheered Grandma. The judges whispered, they nodded, they scrawled, they raised a row of perfect tens. Little Red and the big, not-so-bad wolf were named the winners. "Oh my, what big skates you have," said Little Red. The wolf flashed a toothy grin. "All the better to glide with you, my dear." And that is our story, Little Red Gliding Hood. I like that story for a lot of different reasons, but one of them is that, people expected him to be big and bad, and he turned out to be a pretty nice guy. So we shouldn't always judge people, right? Thanks for joining us. Make sure you tune in tomorrow to hear our next story. Bye-bye.